Hi there everyone, and welcome to day 14 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot. And today we're looking at court cards. Who would you date? Who would you marry? Who'd be your best friend? And who would be your mortal enemy? Well, I'd date any of the kings if they were good looking. Okay, that's a joke. I'm just very hot and I think I'm brain fried. Yeah, I probably would. For the sake of dating, I would consider dating the King of Wands. Simply because he would be, I think, interesting and exciting and excited and creative and a lot of fun. But of course, you'd have to keep in mind that fire does dance around a lot. So he certainly may not be a keeper, but he could be a lot of fun to date. As far as marriage goes, I'd probably settle down with the King of... That's really tough, I think. I would want to blend. You'd want a little bit of the King of Cups, that beautiful, poetic, nurturing quality of the King of Cups as a person. But I like the stability of the King of Pentacles. But he can get a bit stuck in his ways and a bit boring. But intellectually, I would love to marry the King of Swords, as long as he doesn't think he knows everything. Actually, my long-term partner was the King of Swords. And he is a wonderful man. I still think he's a wonderful man. And very, very intelligent. He was is a wordsmith. He really does have a very decent command of the English language. He's an avid reader and studier, including medical journals, and his sister works in medicine. So he read so many different articles, and I remember talking to him one day, and we were just chatting about all sorts of stuff because we both love researching and learning. And we were talking about the human biology, and I mentioned the basal ganglia. And he said, "What?" And I said, "The basal ganglia." He said, "Never heard of it. There's no such thing." And I thought, oh my gosh, King of Swords, because you've never heard of it, there's no such thing. But I actually said to him, well, I think that page must have fallen out of your book. Because it does exist. And, you know, it's responsible for some very, very important functions, including, you know, your cognitive functions, your emotional functions, your eye movement, your voluntary motor control. So you lose your basal ganglia, you're in trouble. And they actually link like a malfunction with the basal ganglia to Parkinson's disease, for one example. Anyway, he was very shirty and most put out that I had read up on the basal ganglia and he had never heard of it. So there is the King of Swords. So I do love the King of Swords as long as he doesn't feel that he is above other people because he is very knowledgeable. So let's just leave it at that. I'll go for the King of Swords, but I do still have a soft spot for the beautiful King of Cups for a marriage partner. You know, for best friends, I'd say King of Swords again, definitely. That person that you can sit down with. I mean, it could be a king or a queen of swords, but that you can really sit down and talk about amazing subject matters right across the board, you know, all the mysterious and metaphysical subjects, and wowza. So I think the King of Swords is up there for me, and it kind of surprises me in many ways because it made me think about just how much I've changed over the years. In years gone by, I would have said the King of Cups was my husband material for sure. And I still love the King of Cups. But it's that knowledge that's, you know, you can have the most beautiful, nurturing, loving, handsome man in the world, call it what you will, whatever you deem important. But if there is not that intellectual connection, everything else can fizzle out for me. So I think the Father of Swords, the King of Swords, the Dreamer King, the Father of Feathers is my husband and my best friend. Mortal enemy, I don't think any of them are my mortal enemy. Not really. I think they all have beautiful qualities. And I think we'll get on pretty well, all in all. Anyway, people, it is so hot. I can't think straight. So I hope this makes sense. I just feel like, ugh, I'm melting right now. Anyway, I hope you're all well. And if you're freezing cold wherever you are, I'm sending you some warm vibes. Very warm vibes from Australia. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.